Hi everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Shadowing Practice. I'm so glad you're here today. In this episode, we're going to listen to a calm, inspiring story about a 30-year-old woman who's learning to find balance, motivation, and joy in her daily life, especially in her journey of learning English. As you listen, try to shadow the story. Repeat after the speaker, feel the rhythm, and let the words flow naturally. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy a day with motivation.
The sun slowly crept through my curtains this morning, and the first thing I heard was my alarm. A soft piano melody that I set last week, hoping it would make waking up a little easier. I stretched, took a deep breath, and whispered to myself, "It's a new day. Let's make it a good one." I'm 30 now. I used to think 30 would feel old, but honestly, it feels like I'm just beginning to understand life. And myself. I don't have everything figured out, but that's okay. After brushing my teeth, I went to the kitchen and made a cup of coffee. Strong, just the way I like it. While waiting for the coffee to brew, I opened my notebook where I write my English goals. At the top of the page, I had written a sentence. Consistency is better than intensity. I smiled. Because that's exactly what I needed to remind myself of. I've been learning English for a few years now. Some days I feel confident. Other days I feel like I know nothing. But this morning I decided to take it slow. I turned on my favorite English podcast and started shadowing, repeating every word I heard, trying to match the rhythm and intonation. At first, I felt a little silly talking to myself in the kitchen. But then I realized, this is how progress happens. Small, quiet steps that nobody sees. After breakfast, I opened my laptop and started working. I'm a freelance designer, so I usually work from home. I love the flexibility, but it also means I need discipline. Sometimes it's easy to get distracted, checking messages, scrolling through social media, and before I know it, half the day is gone. Today, though, I promised myself, I'll focus for 1 solid hour and then take a short break. Just 1 hour. When the hour ended, I looked at the clock and smiled. I did it. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough. During my lunch break, I walked to a small park nearby. I took my earbuds and listened to an English song I love, Count on Me by Bruno Mars. The lyrics always lift my mood. I quietly sang along, shadowing the words under my breath. A few people looked at me and smiled. I smiled back. Maybe they thought I was weird, but I didn't mind. I was enjoying the moment. In the afternoon, I had a video call with a client. I was nervous because we had to discuss a project in English. Before the call, I practiced a few sentences out loud. Good afternoon, it's nice to see you again. Sure, I can make those changes by tomorrow. Let me share my screen. When the call started, I spoke slowly but clearly, and for the first time, I didn't freeze when I couldn't find the perfect word. I just kept going. I realized communication isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to speak. After the meeting, I felt proud. So proud that I made myself another cup of coffee, a small reward. Later in the evening, as the sky turned pink, I went for a short walk. The air was cool and I could hear children laughing in the distance. I thought about how much my life has changed in the past few years. I used to compare myself to others, people who spoke better English, had better jobs, or seemed happier. But now, I'm learning to celebrate small progress. Every word I learn, every sentence I speak, every mistake I make and correct. They all matter. When I got home, I turned on my laptop again. Not to work, but to write in my English journal. I wrote, Today I spoke with confidence. I'm not perfect, but I'm better than yesterday. It felt good to see those words on paper. Before going to bed, I listened to one last English podcast, just to let the language stay in my mind as I drifted off. The voice in the podcast said something that stayed with me. You don't have to be amazing to start. You just have to start to become amazing. I smiled. That's exactly what I've been learning all along. I turned off the light, took a deep breath, and whispered again. Tomorrow I'll keep going.
Thank you for listening to English Podcast Shadowing Practice. I hope today's story inspired you to keep learning, to stay consistent, and to believe in your progress, even when it feels slow. Remember, shadowing isn't about perfection. It's about building rhythm, confidence, and connection with the language. So, if you liked this episode, replay it, shadow it again, and notice how your English sounds more natural each time. This is your host, signing off for today. See you in the next episode, and keep speaking English with confidence.